The White House faces new questions about a series of unidentified objects high up in the sky. People want to know what's floating over the U.S. and Canada and whether they pose a threat. A U.S. fighter jet shot down a fourth object just yesterday. White House correspondent Owen Jensen begins our team coverage tonight. Owen?
Good evening, Tracy. The most recent object was reportedly shaped like an octagon with strings hanging off, but no obvious payload. Now it was brought down over Lake Huron. Recovery crews are searching for answers, and so is the White House.
Started as a single Chinese spy balloon has now grown into a much larger mystery. The Defense Department confirms it attacked 3 more objects over Alaska, Canada, and most recently, Lake Huron.
I don't think the American people need to worry about aliens with respect to these craft, period. I don't think there's any more that needs to be said there.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby was peppered with questions during today's White House briefing.
Even though we had no indications that any of these 3 objects were surveilling, we couldn't rule that out. And so there, you want to err on the side of safety here in terms of protecting our national security interests.
Meanwhile, the search for debris is no simple task in a massive country like Canada.
We have a CP-140 Aurora trying to make sure that we are locating the debris. It's in a very remote part of Canada in the Yukon Territory. The terrain is very rugged.
China initially denied any link to spying and makes the counterclaim that at least 10 U.S. balloons have flown in its airspace in the past year. One former U.S. intelligence official worries about leaders not talking or not even picking up the phone.
I think it's very dangerous that when Secretary of Defense Austin attempted to call his Chinese opposite number and they wouldn't take the call. Well, that's not good. And the whole reason for having these hotlines is to calm tensions, communicate with one another to prevent an escalation.
Now, for the record, the White House says it is not flying surveillance balloons over China. And regarding the latest 3 objects shot down by the U.S., their origins and purpose remain unknown. But another concern is the risk the objects pose to civilian aircraft. That's because of their altitude. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.